Okay, now we'll look at how to create a photo gallery and embed a video. We're going to go to page 2 for our example here. We're going to take out our text layer and replace it with a photo gallery. So essentially what I've done is I've gone to our Google Drive and downloaded 6 photos that I have placed inside our images folder. These are actual sized photos, and we're going to place each of these within our document like so. And of course you're going to want to rotate that if you need to. And for a photo gallery, you do want these to be close to the same size and small. Okay, so let's say we're going to make this 125 pixels wide ish. Okay, so we'll leave it like that, and we'll go get our other pictures, and I'm going to put those in and we'll pick back up when I get those placed. Okay, so now that I have all 6 photos placed, I wanted to remind you that you can come back after they're put in, and by pressing Control-T on the keyboard, you can activate your transform tools. So watch here at the top. I've now activated my transform tools, and I can manually enter in a height and a width for this. So we're going to right click on our height and width here, change from percent to pixels on both of these, and we can manually enter, say, 125 by, say, 125 or 250, or say even 225. That'd probably look good. So 125 by 225. Then we can come to our next one and do the same thing, and so on, maybe the opposite way, until we get everything looking pretty much uniform. So we'll come back after I get that complete. Alright, now that I have all these resized the same size, I'm going to actually set my first ones up here, and you can notice that I'm getting those white guides, or those pink guides in that are guiding me along. Try to space them out just right. Okay, our last step is we're actually going to have to slice these up. So I'm going to grab my slice tool here, and we're going to have to draw slices around every one of these boxes in order to make a link out of them. And as you can see, those pink guides still making sure that I make a perfect slice every time. Okay, when we're done, our last step is going to be to make these into actual links. So I'm going to right click on each one of these and give them a link to the original photo. So we'll right click, edit slice options, and inside the URL we'll have to type images / and then we'll go find what the name of the file is. This one is called 1.jpg. If you're not showing your file extensions, you will have to right click and go to properties and look at what the file extension is in order to put that in there correctly. So if your links are not working, make sure you check and double check your file extensions. So that's going to be 1.jpg, and then it'll go on from there. So this one's going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we'll go ahead and do that real quick. We'll make this quick and we'll copy paste. Okay, last step, we're going to resave everything. So we'll save for web, and we're going to replace anything it asks us to replace. Come back to our page, open up page 2, and we're going to double check and make sure everything works here. So if we click on these, they should open up the original image in Photoshop, or in your web browser. Okay, and we'll check and make sure all those work. Alright, so our next one, we're going to go to page 3. I'm going to show you how to embed a video. This is actually a lot simpler. What we're going to do first, we're going to take our slice tool, and we're actually just going to make a slice just for our video. So I'm going to make a slice here, and I'm making a space for that video to be in. What I like to do is I'll come into my slice options and I'll rename that slice to something like video so that I can find it in my code later, so it'll be easily identifiable. And I also like to make sure that my height and width are whole numbers, easy to work with. So we'll do 700 by 450. Okay, now we're going to go to YouTube and actually grab our video. So here we're at the Dog TV page. We'll scroll down and find a drone commercial. You're going to come down to share. Don't grab this code. We're going to go to the embed code. This is actual HTML code. We're going to copy this. Go to our page 3 because that's the one we're on. And actually, I'm moving ahead of myself. We need to go ahead and save this. So we'll save for web. And again, replace anything that it asks us to replace, because it's going to save that new slice, slice 12 and 18 and all those right there. Alright, so now I'm ready to go into my code here. Open with Notepad. We're going to do a search for the video slice. There, we found it. And all you're going to do is take this entire image code, this image source, and everything, all the attributes and everything, and you're going to replace it. Make sure you don't replace the TDs, the table code. You're just going to replace the image code with the embed code that we copied from YouTube. And the last step is to make sure that the height and width are set to what we set it to in our slice. If you don't remember, just pop open Photoshop, right click, edit slice options, and you can double check your width and your height. So we've got a 700 width and a 450 height. We're going to save, Control S, we're going to save that document. We'll come here to page 2, click on page 3, and it should open up a video. If you notice that this video is pushing your other slices off the page and your page is looking a little weird, chances are you inserted the wrong height and width. It needs to be exact, because essentially what you're doing is you're taking out this slice and replacing it with something else. So if you take it out and you insert something bigger than what was there, it's going to start pushing your parts out of the frame.